has always been something I thrive at, and so which led me to major in art. I wanted to get involved with art. You know, of course I'm still in school finishing it up, but I wanted to get involved and I wanted to curate. And so I took the opportunity to create Art Kreyol with, you know, with my brothers, the local brothers and artists from Miami.
It's really an event that incorporated itself around Art Basel. When we first started Art Kreyol last year, Art Kreyol happened within the span of 5 days. Art Kreyol wasn't really something that was like, hey, Art Basel's coming around, you know, we're gonna go ahead and create something called Art Kreyol, and then we're gonna take on the world. It wasn't really like that. How Art Kreyol came to us was very unique, and it happened in an instant.
Exhibit is Plum Line, which is a combination of women and tree lion. Pretty much women empowerment and the strength of both creatures. Both are worshipped by gods. You know, we consider them as gods. And I just wanted to bring those two creatures together. Right here we have different position and different areas when it comes to the women. As you can see, I tend to stay in the sexy side, very sexual side, because we all love art, and then one of the biggest part about art to me is very sexy.
For me, Art Kreyol focuses on, you know, Black art and more of like something sacred, you know, so it's a mission towards collecting it, selling it, creating an economy with it, preserving the aesthetics of our culture that helps us remember who we are and understand what role we play in this reality that, you know, in contemporary time. And so for me, Art Kreyol, you know, is willing and creates that platform also for local artists too, you know, really giving local artists a chance to be able to sell their work and have a platform that rightfully represents their art.
We wanted to make sure that Art Kreyol can support the artistic levels of the local community, so therefore we can create a level of economics between us, right? Because the more, like if a Black person give you an example, buy Ralph's painting, you know, that's not just a Black on Black purchase, but that stays on a local level, right? It's, you know, they call that circular economy. Before somebody else comes and invests in it, we should invest in ourselves. And that's exactly what Art Kreyol is set out to do. Our center focus is our own authenticity, is how we create. And Art Kreyol is the creation for local folks, by local folks, and that's all there is to it.
It's more enlightening for Black people. That Black people are not more so about image and more so just about rap music, but we're also about spirituality. You know, we have a spiritual side to ourselves, and representing ourselves through spirituality, not in a sense of like only, let's say, tribal art. We are defined by that, but we also have a spiritual side, and there's different aspects to it, like meditation, artwork, and just music. So that's why, and this event basically like brings it out.
We were really onto something. Miami is an art city. It shouldn't just be in December that we're talking about art. We want to support local artists. The platform is for local artists, and also the platform is for Black people.
This is also when you meditate, the duality of meditation. See, he's just like a plain guy. And in what's really happening in my contrast is just like also sacred geometry. And just the inner you, the chakras become awakened, alive. and you're connecting with your higher self, and your higher self connects with the entire universe.
Black art to me is the essence of black folks expressing themselves within the whole fine art. Today finds art, you know, in contemporary time. So, of course, being the fact that we're in the West, we understand that African folks have a history of a struggle, of thriving and trying to move up, especially with the oppressions of racism and white supremacy and so on and so forth. And in the face of that, being able to, you know, hold the standard and showing our intelligence and showing our talents besides the doubts and the, you know, the criticisms. So black art to me is that constant tradition of from like the Harlem Renaissance, New Orleans, black music, which fall into black art, because if you look at Wynwood, is mauling off of hip hop, you know, with the graffiti, with the hip hop music, with the DJ. And so that's black art, and it's popular now, and of course it's being invested towards, you know, other folks. But for me, there needs to be a dedication of black folks actually having ownership and actually having influence in the economy of black art, where we rightfully represent our own work and have, you know, full ownership of it.
But with this one, I just love this effect. I just wanted that trippy effect, again with the duality, that what you see is not really quite what you get, because a lot of people like to show themselves as just image-based, but then once you get to know the person as who they are, it's almost mesmerizing, you know?
You know, like last year, I was at a spot across the street from the Caribbean place, a little small place, and ain't as big as Muse 305 campus. And, you know, we got the opportunity to still do it there, and it was still successful last year.
This year, we did it even bigger. If you look at the space here at Moose 305, you know, we have residents here. We're happy that they accepted us. We're happy that they welcome us into this space, and we fully took advantage of this space. Because if you look around, man, this is an awesome space. You know, we have an art gallery right here. We had about 15 artists that night that displayed their artwork, and on top of that, we had live performances with a glass truck in the back. Right? It's just to show you how creative that we got with this space.
Next year, another Art Kreyol. We're going to have workshops. We're going to have many different aspects to curate the culture and educate people on African spirituality and even the history of, you know, the African culture. And also correlated with today's contemporary, you know, black creative expression. And so for me, I'm excited because there's other things to happen. There's other things to come. I know that, you know, there's a lot of new artists and young artists that's coming up, creating new things that may be a great contribution to our community. And, you know, I'm excited.